Hey Space Watchers, and good morning. Welcome to the IAC 2024 here in Milan. It's day number 3 already. And what a start over the last 2 days. It's just amazing. So, Milan reports today 15 degrees outside and rain. And according to Emma, it's going worse over the next days. But hey, we are covered inside. What is fine? As every morning we are broadcasting here we are broadcasting live from the DLR booth. And as always, I'm here with our editor-in-chief, Dr. Emma Gatti. Emma, how are you doing today?
Very well, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, Space Watchers. Another day in Milan, and we are here to report today on what happened yesterday during the highlights of the second day.
Absolutely. Yesterday, day number 2, what were your highlights? What were your takeaways? I know it's a very hard question because there's so much going on. That's unbelievable.
There is indeed a lot going on, so I'm going to try to give you a condensed version of what I saw and what was interesting. Yesterday it was a lunar day. There was a lot of input about moon exploration, lunar exploration. In particular, I went to see a couple of sessions that I feel like an highlight. One was a lunar plenary, so early in the morning, and it was about the contribution of external non-space industry to lunar exploration. I thought the most interesting comment was about Jake Thompson, who is from Rolls-Royce, and they are involved with nuclear power microreactors. And he was explaining how a sector is traditionally absolutely not space related. Rolls-Royce, they are involved obviously with nuclear reactor because Rolls-Royce has translated from cars to submarines to defense logistics. So how they basically applied their knowledge to nuclear reactors in submarines to space devices, and they explain us how you were going, but that was a kind of interesting contribution. And then there was another session. It was a technical session about water-based lunar vision. It was chaired by Rob Chambers, who is from Lockheed Martin. And I got to say I was a bit disappointed, to be honest, because it was 1 hour of vision, definitely lunar vision. They were speaking about settlement, robotics, etc. But I'm not sure that the concept of water was involved. So there was no mention about how this water-based lunar vision can be actually rooted in real scientific data about how much water there is on the moon and how you're going to use it and how much it's going to cost you to extract it. And fun fact, I had the chance to actually interview Rob Chambers a few months ago at Lockheed Martin, and I asked him the same question, asking how do you know how much water do you have on the moon, which type of solid scientific research and data do you have, and he mentioned the importance of Viper to understand and to answer this question, and now Viper has been cancelled. So I keep repeating the same question to the industry. How can we have a water-based lunar vision when we still don't have any scientific certainty on how much water we have on the moon, and especially how much it's going to cost us to transform it into actually a sustainable, a useful fuel or whatever they want to use it in their technology. And I don't know if maybe I'm just asking the wrong crowd, because maybe I'm asking a scientific question to engineers. I would really like to understand who are the right people to actually assess how feasible is a real water-based lunar economy when we still don't have solid data about how much water we have on the moon. And the only mission that was specifically built to tell us this has been cancelled. So this is my personal view about what happened yesterday.
But you can ask any question to an engineer. They are usually friendly and open.
No, it's true. Unfortunately, the system of questions yesterday was through a kind of automatic iPad system, and I was not able to understand how to send this question. So this is a burning question that I'm asking now, and I hope I will have the chance to meet again with this team, the engineers that are working on these programs, and ask it.
Why don't we ask our audience? So if you have an answer to this question of water-based lunar economy, hey, come back to us, direct message us, or find us on LinkedIn or on any of our channels. Open invitation.
Open invitation.
How cool is that?
Exactly.
So
How about your highlights?
Oh, I was running just on the show floor here mainly, and I met with Brain.Space, something that really touched me at the Israeli booth. They have a fantastic technology, as far as I can say, as a non-scientist, as just an engineer, to measure the status of your mental state and to control robots with that. That was part of the Rakia mission at Ethan Stippe 2 years ago, and now they are building that up. So, and then I also catched my first session here during the last 2 days at the IAC about the Chinese Chang'e 6. And that was not just about vision, I would say. And you said it yesterday. It's an unbelievable development and an unbelievable timeline the Chinese are putting out here. And usually they stick to them. So that was our day. But today is just another day. And we have for you another wonderful guest today, a very special guest in our morning show. And he leads the UK in a company that we are following very, very tight. That company is Astroscale. And today we are happy to have him here in our morning show. So a very warm welcome. I will disappear. Nick will come in. Very warm welcome to Nick Shaw. Emma, would you like to do this interview?
Absolutely.
Nick, come in.
Welcome on stage, Nick Shave, the UK Managing Director at Astroscale UK. Welcome, Nick. How are you doing?
Really good, Emma. Thank you. Thanks for having us on board.
It's a pleasure to have you here. This is not the first time we have the chance to discuss about Astroscale missions. I think what I would like to pick up with you, because this is something that we discussed before and we know is an ongoing topic, is about the role of the UK Space Agency and the collaboration that you and Astroscale have with the UK Space Agency when it comes to active debris removal.
Sure, yeah, we're working really closely with the UK Space Agency. In fact, they've been quite a leader in this field. That started back in 2021 when we launched our LCD mission. And that mission was licensed in the UK and controlled from the UK. So there's, it's a real collaboration between the UK and Japan, and that's been excellent. And what we're doing at the moment is we're working on a program called the UK Active Debris Removal Program, and that's planned to go up into orbit in the next few years and remove 2 pieces of debris that the UK have left in orbit, like many other countries, obviously. The other important thing on that mission is it needs to be refuelable. So it's really starting to create that circular economy in space. So we remove debris and then we get refueled and we can go on and do more. And that's really what we're looking to do with Astroscale.
Interesting. So I want to pick up on something that happened last week. So last week in Milan there was a UN workshop, and the director of UNOSA, Artio Lamaini, called companies, and she specifically mentioned Astroscale, to contribute to the UNOSA systems when it comes to active debris removal. How do you see this collaboration? How involved you are as Astroscale with UNOSA, and which type of contribution are you providing?
We see those policy aspects really important. In fact, there's 3 things that we focus on at Astroscale. The policy side, that's the first thing, is to get that momentum globally. And we are seeing that more and more. We're seeing, as you say, the UN, but many other bodies globally as well, are pushing forward, many trade bodies, many agencies, and that's excellent. So there's a good momentum, a groundswell perhaps. But then we focus on the technology, and that's what we're showing with missions like LCD, LCM, and our current mission in orbit, ADRAS-J, that's funded by JAXA. So that's the key there. And then the final thing is the business case. How do we develop models to go and remove debris and fund them from a commercial or institutional perspective? So they're the 3 areas that we focus on. And the UN, working with the UN to build that policy, to build the consensus is critical. And we come with examples to show that our technology is going to work in orbit and can actually provide a low cost and effective, efficient service.
And I think it's also worth it to mention the fact that this is an interesting shift of UNOSA being so open to the industry and opening the door to this kind of interactive dialogues. Maybe the times are changing, but this is an interesting shift from the previous presidency. So last question for you, still connected to the connection and the collaboration of industry to understand how we can resolve the debris issue? How can an industry like Astroscale actively inform cancellation providers on how to be more sustainable, how to include in their missions already from the beginning something that can help to maintain our orbit sustainable?
Yeah, there's two aspects to the in-orbit sustainability. There's the debris that's been put there in the past, since the start of the space age in 1957, and that's all about remediation of current debris issues and current problems. And then going forward, we use the word mitigations. How do we mitigate? And what we encourage satellite operators to do is to prepare their spacecraft for servicing, make it a lot cheaper for them to actually remove at the end of their lives, or recycle or refuel, whatever aspect of that circular economy that we're really encouraging operators to do. So the first step is to prepare their spacecraft. So we suggest putting, for example, a docking plate. We make a magnetic docking plate. It's very low cost, low weight. It's only a small size, like a dinner plate, that fits on the side of their spacecraft. And then we can go and service that spacecraft with a much more efficient way, much cheaper for them as well.
Yeah, this is a very interesting. It's also a change of vision, because you're basically suggesting that aircrafts are already prepared for removal, so we avoid to create the problem, and at least we try to limit the problem. Of course, still many things can go wrong in space, and we know that accidents happen, but this is a good approach to start to think about our orbit as a finite resource that has to be preserved. Absolutely. Nick, thank you so much for being here with us today. It's been a pleasure, and I wish you a fantastic continuation of the IAC. Thank you.
Thank you. It's great to be here. Really enjoying IAC in Milan.
Thank you very much.
So, let me come in here into the game. Oh, let me come in back here. Thank you very much, Emma. Thank you, Nick, for this fantastic conversation. So, let's talk about what's going on today. Emma, what's up?
So today is Climate Day, and there are some interesting sessions that hopefully we will be able to see. There is also a Mars exploration and a human exploration session this afternoon that I hope I will be able to say. There is also a global space economy meeting, which I'm curious to understand what they're going to discuss about, because it's quite a generic term. So when you speak about global space economy, so I'm interested to understand how they shaped it. And there was a very interesting revelation this morning by Axiom. Axiom Prada, they just revealed a new suit. Apparently is spectacular, so I'm looking forward to see some pictures later and understanding how the market is going to adapt, how this suit is going to make the difference. And I'm also interested to understand the competitors, because now this is the flashy one, so Axiom is creating this big announcement, but what is going to be the market for emerging countries? How are we going to provide economically sustainable suits for countries that maybe in the future they want to send people to space? So I'm interested to understand if this is a market that is going to have some competition or is going to have a monopoly.
You raised a very interesting question, because this announcement this morning was with Prada, and as we know, Prada
it's not affordable.
It's not the low-cost stuff, so it's a luxury segment in an already very luxury environment, what space is. But I think if you pay, whatever, 80 million for your space flight as a private traveler, so it is few millions for a spacesuit with a Prada sign, maybe it's just included, so you never know.
But this is the beauty of this moment, and this is the interesting of the space economy sector. We're seeing the high rise, we're seeing the expensive transport, we're seeing the spacesuit. I'm curious to understand who is going to be the Ryanair of space transport.
It's bad.
The H&M of...
Okay, so anything else for you on your list for today?
No, I think I'm looking forward to see what the day prepares for us, and I will see you tomorrow.
I tell what we do. So we will do some space clips on the Space Cafe clips on the Austrian booth today. So if you see us, say hello. And in our Space Cafe today at 3 p.m. we have Dr. Simon Stähler from the ETH in Zurich about their brand new master program. And later on this evening, after your moderation at the YES event, we have a Karman dinner, the a dinner, the gala dinner by the Karman Foundation, is it, isn't
Yeah.
it? So, that's it. You see us here, if you like, again, at 3 p.m. online or tomorrow morning at 11. And with that, I wish you a wonderful day here in Milan or at your home base. And with that, SpaceWatch out.
SpaceWatch out.